This is former WWE and TNA Impact superstar Mike Knox, a.k.a. Nux. You are listening to The Final Count. Keep it tuned. Hey everybody, Anthony Corelli here, formerly known as Santino Morella. You are listening to The Final Count.
This is former WWE superstar Victor, and you are listening to The Final Count.
What's up? Wow, it is that time of the week again. It is the final count time. But Brian,
something here looks different.
Yeah, I can't seem to figure out what it is. I think you got your hand on it, and apparently I do too.
Huh?
What could that be? Wow. Why don't you elaborate on that?
Hold on. It ain't gonna show because it's a green screen. It's not gonna show the back. But more about the shirts at the end. So
yes,
stay tuned.
Yes, stay tuned for sure. This is an exciting episode. If you ever have watched an episode, definitely if you've watched. We're not gonna disinvolve our, if that's a saying, we're not going to disinvolve our listeners or anything, but if you ever have watched one of the episodes of The Final Count, you're going to want to really watch this. You're going to be happy that you did watch this, and you're going to want to tell your friends, look what's going on over at The Final Count. It's when they say more in 2024, they truly mean it.
Oh yeah, I've been, just put it this way, I've been putting in work for 2 days.
Yes, you have, and I'm excited about it. I know you're excited about it, and
Absolutely.
I know all the fans, all the listeners, all the viewers as well are going to be very excited about. Even if you're just a listener, you're going to be able to experience all this. What we're talking about. So you're not shut out. You just, if you don't watch it, you can't see it until we post whatever on our social media. So yeah, stay tuned. But without further ado, again, this is a big week. Without further ado, we're going to jump into this week in wrestling. We're going to start out as we do every week. We're going to start out with SmackDown. We'll kind of, like I say every week, we will kind of both be doing talking about SmackDown, talking about Raw all together. But I'm going to kind of go over SmackDown this week. So we kick off SmackDown with Triple H. Hunter welcomes us to the show and says last night, which was last Thursday, was an incredible kickoff event on the road to the grandest stage of them all. And at some point, they took a hard left turn, and now that road is on fire. But it feels really, really good. He wanted to come out here and clear up one thing. He says there was some confusion, and maybe some people don't know their row. If you get that, then you know who.
You've been watching wrestling for a while. You'll know that perfectly.
Yes. So he says maybe some people don't know their row. So he wanted to set the record straight because people came out and tried to assert their authority when they don't really have any. Here's the thing. He doesn't care where you sit. There's one thing that's absolutely clear. Whether people like him or don't like him, the answers come from one place and one place only. And you're looking at him. He says Roman Reigns will defend his championship against Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania. So it is official. It was official as of last Thursday, but it's definitely official, coming out of Triple H's mouth. So Roman will defend against Cody at WrestleMania. Some people in the back will be disappointed by that decision. They won't like that decision. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you don't like that decision. And then Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce were also in the ring to talk about Seth Rollins and where he stands currently for WrestleMania. So Nick Aldis moves the topic onto the subject of Seth Rollins defending his World Heavyweight Championship and says after much discussion, they've decided his challenger will be decided in the Elimination Chamber and that tonight we're going to begin a series of qualifying matches for that Elimination Chamber match. Uh, and then to reiterate that WWE management is a united force, he hands over to his esteemed colleague, Adam Pearce. Pearce directs our attention to the Tron, where the 12 men who will be competing for the spot in the chamber are displayed. Randy Orton, Big Bronson Reed, Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, AJ Styles, The Miz, Bobby Lashley, Ivar, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, Dominic Mysterio, and LA Knight. So quite a field right there.
Yeah.
yeah, I always forget that. But what a field right there.
Oh yeah.
Who out of those men do you see possibly being the ones to make to make it?
Give me Lashley.
Lashley.
Yeah. Like he was. I mean, he's still, a big superstar, but
Definitely.
rebrand him with the Street Profits, leave him heel, and just
Yeah.
make Lashley unstoppable again.
I agree. I agree with that. And I thought that's what the direction was going to be for Lashley and the Street Profits to make them heels, but I guess things change or plans change. But yeah, no, Bobby Lashley's a great pick right there. I'm kind of floored, how they have put Logan Paul and Dominic Mysterio as part of these qualifying matches. Like, what have they done to deserve this? So funny. Putting I guess Logan Paul's the United States champion, so I guess he's done that to deserve it. But
I mean,
Dominic Mysterio, seriously?
Yeah. At this point, I'd like to see the Miz have a good run.
Yeah. I like the Miz. I like the Miz. I like him. He's flawless as a heel, but I do like him as a babyface as well.
Mm-hmm.
So our first match of the night, we have Drew McIntyre, and this was the first qualifying match of the night. Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles. Again, Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Drew McIntyre makes his entrance and gets on the mic thanking us for proving with our wallets that we think the same about CM Punk as he does. And he promises us that Punk won't get one penny of his shirt profits. He calls himself DM Hump. And that I thought was hilarious. DM Hump. Okay. He takes credit for Cody deciding, and I love this, that he took credit for Cody deciding to finish his story and says that the last step in him saving WrestleMania is to save the world title. And all he has to do is go through the top stars in WWE, win the Elimination Chamber, and he'll finally get his moment to give us a champion we can be proud of. And who is best for business? So a little play on words right there from Drew McIntyre. So McIntyre, we get to the in the match, and this is after commercial break. McIntyre's looking for an avalanche air raid crash. Styles counters, linger bomb, nope, but future shock for 2 in return. AJ dodges the Claymore, calf killer applied. Drew gets the ropes. McIntyre clobbers him to the apron, falling after to the floor. LA Knight gets involved. Back in AJ Styles cuts him off with a leg kick. Inside cradle, but the referee Jessica Carr is occupied with Knight. Drew capitalizes. Drew McIntyre wins by pinfall with the Claymore, and he has now qualified for the Elimination Chamber. So Drew McIntyre is a part of the Elimination Chamber, the first one, and not really a surprise right here. What say you?
Not a surprise at all.
Yeah, definitely not a surprise at all. McIntyre. I think the story's there. The
Hmm.
story's there for sure, and he's the one that I want to see get that WrestleMania moment in front of a crowd as well.
Right.
And so
He deserves it.
yeah, he does, and this time I think it'll happen for him, and I'm definitely hoping for it, hoping
Yeah,
for that.
I'm pushing for it too. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have a backstage interview. Sami Zayn is interviewed by Caleb Braxton backstage. He says that last week was to, he said that last week has taught us that nothing is certain in WWE, especially around WrestleMania season. It's an emotional time for everyone. And last year he was in the main event, and this year the window is closing fast. And he has to look at the facts in front of him. Tonight, he's got a qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber against a 13-time champion, one of the best to ever do it. And if he gets through Randy Orton, he goes to the chamber against Drew McIntyre, a man he's never beaten. It's not an easy path, but it's a path he'll take. And he's Sami Zayn. He's another one. I'd love to see him get that opportunity, get that run with the championship, and not
He's-
an Intercontinental Championship or the United States Championship. I'm talking about the World Championship or the WWE Championship.
Yeah, he's came a long way.
He has, and especially we all thought last year was going to be his year, and I
Hmm.
think eventually he will get his year. Don't get me
Absolutely.
wrong. We have next match. We have Bianca Belair versus Mia Yim. This is also Elimination Chamber qualifying match, but for the ladies. Uh, Yim with a lariat. This is after the commercial break. Yim with a lariat, a kick, a drop kick, running neck breaker, if I can talk. And Belair is on the back. Uh, Belair is on the back foot. Bianca rolls away from a cannonball, sidestep backbreaker, connects. Backbreaker rack. Yim slips out. Eat defeat. Belair rolls to the floor. Mia brings Mia brings her back, uh, calling for it. Back body drop counters. Backbreaker rack. Bianca wins by pinfall with the KOD, qualifying for the Elimination Chamber. And this, let us mention this Elimination Chamber qualifying participants are going to, when they have the elimination chamber match, it's going to see who will be the one to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. And so, who do you see winning this? Who do you see going on to be in this elimination chamber?
I mean, you got so many good choices. Bianca, Liv Morgan, um, the returning Naomi,
Yeah,
and then where does Jade Cargill stand in all this?
you have to wonder that. Yeah, you do. You have to wonder that. Um, and so, yeah, it's going to be interesting to find out where does she stand in all of this.
First time we
Um,
seen her on WWE television was the Royal Rumble.
the Royal Rumble. Yes.
So, well, in the ring, I should say, not on television, but
Right. We see Braun Breaker meet with Triple H backstage, and Hunter congratulates him on his growth and says he's anxious to see what he does on the next level. Braun asks him for advice on what brand to sign with, and Paul Heyman rolls up and shakes his hand, and Breaker leaves. And then Paul says, I find this interesting and not a coincidence either, or anything. And it's very telling of what could be possibly next for Breaker and Paul Heyman. So Paul says he's a hell of a talent. And then the other Paul, Triple H, asks what he wants. Heyman says he knows it's not a good time and he'll come back next week. And when he does, he'll be with his tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And The Rock.
boo.
So the Rock and Roman Reigns apparently are coming back next week on SmackDown. So we'll see what happens with that and what that's going to be all about. Triple H says he's looking forward to it. Then we get Bailey makes her entrance and gets on the mic, and she says a big part of her wants to think last week didn't happen at all. And before the fans started chanting for her, she figured lots of them would think she had it coming, and she'll take it. Whether you like her or not, they are cool right now because they have been with her on this whole journey and know what's in her heart. She says she gave and gave to Damage Control, and all they did was take from her. So she thought after she won the Rumble, maybe they'd all be happy for her and everything would be fine. But that didn't happen. She talks about them laughing behind her back and shutting up whenever she walked in the room, and she had that happen too often to not learn the lesson. Uh, Io Sky is gonna learn that lesson the hard way. Dakota Kai appears, and my thing is when Dakota Kai came out, I had to been wondering, where have you been? Why are you just now showing up?
Right.
Where were you last week? And Bailey had the same questions, valid. Dakota Kai comes out and she's questioning why Bailey isn't answering her calls. Bailey asks where she was last week, and Kai says she's really close to being cleared and had a doctor's appointment. But Bailey isn't buying it and tells her she must have known what was going on. I completely agree. Kai says she was in a tough spot, but she always believed in Damage Control and what Bailey created, and so did Io, up until Asuka and Kairi Sane came along and got in her head. Bailey asks why she didn't say anything, and Dakota says she wanted to but didn't know how. She says she misses when it was just the three of them, and it felt like they could do no wrong. And Bailey has always been a mentor to her, and it seemed like her plan was working. Kabuki Warriors won the tag titles, Bailey won the Rumble, and they were so close to having it all. And she thought it would blow over, but it didn't. Bailey says, okay, well, they're here right now, and where does Dakota stand? Kai takes a moment, but she doesn't answer. Io Sky, Asuka, and Kairi Sane make their way out. They surround Bailey and Kai, bells the ring. She gets out of the ring, comes back in with a steel chair, and charges at Io. She's with Bailey. She swings at Asuka and Kairi, and turns to face Bailey and drops the chair. Hug it out, chants go up. Bailey drops her mic and holds an awkward piece with Kai. And so you have to wonder right here, where does Kai stand at? Where does Dakota Kai stand at? I don't know about you, but I saw when she picked up that chair. When she picked up that chair, she had evil intentions with that chair.
Absolutely.
When it was just her and Bailey.
But I do got to say, she did defend Bailey there. But that's just one time. So, I mean, you still got a few weeks to come.
Yeah, she did, but I'm not buying it. She can put on an act, basically, and but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it one bit. Randy Orton is interviewed backstage. He says Sami Zayn is right about it not being a given to make it to WrestleMania, and watching from home last year was horrible. But he learned an invaluable lesson about patience. As far as Roman Reigns is concerned, he'll sit back and wait. And if everything comes his way, and he plans on having everything go his way, he'll be in the Elimination Chamber. And so Randy's got big plans here to get into that Elimination Chamber. And we'll find out here in just a little bit. whether or not he does follow through with those plans. Next, we have DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa versus British Strong Style, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate for a number one contendership opportunity for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships. And the winners will face the Judgment Day, Damian Priest, and Finn Balor at Elimination Chamber. So big things riding on this match. And so Gargano, this is after the commercial break. Gargano tags in Dunn, cuts off an airfall. All four men trading strikes. All four men down and out. Tyler with a giant swing airplane spin combination, slamming Gargano onto Ciampa after tag to Dunn, sandwich kicks, double powerbomb countered into a Frankensteiner. Stomp the hands. John keeps his cool, roll through kicks, bop and bang with the blind tag. Raising knee, Gargano dives. Project Ciampa so close, bait down, thinking meet in the middle, but Dunn wishbones Ciampa's fingers. Double rebound lariat from Tyler. Underhooks, back body drop counters, lands on his feet, and super kick blocks, bop, and bang. Charging in and back body drop to the apron, bait off the ropes, dive on Tommaso, blind tag from his partner, in there somewhere, encountered the Superman spear. British strong style win by pinfall with bitter end from Pete Dunne and Johnny Gargano. So British strong style wins, and they are going to be challenging the Judgment Day for the tag titles. What say you about this?
That is going to be a banger of a match.
That really is. I think it's going to be not only a banger, but it's going to be a banger after banger after banger.
So the way I look at it is Tyler Bate, you got to see when he was NXT UK. Like him, Trent Seven, Pete Dunne. That was the main three dudes on NXT UK. And to see Tyler and Pete and back to Pete Dunne from Butch.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
To see British Strong Style on SmackDown together as a tag team, getting the shot at the tag team titles is just like they deserve it. You're actually giving the Judgment Day. Don't get me wrong, all the other tag teams are phenomenal, but you're actually giving Judgment Day competition.
Now, I completely agree. Yeah.
They're two tough dudes.
Yeah, they are. And I think this match is going to be not only a banger, but a hard hitting match. It's going to be a hard hitting fight. It's going to be that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a fight. We had Logan Paul rose up on Nick Aldis, angry that he's stuck in a qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber, and makes his case as a draw. He especially appropriates that he has to wrestle on TV in Utah next week. He's upset about that.
Boo-hoo.
He doesn't want to wrestle on TV in Utah next week, and says he deserves the Rock treatment. Nice try there.
Nobody will ever get the Rock treatment.
Nice try there, Logan. He clears his head and says he's going to win Elimination Chamber, go to Mania, and win the title and be a double champion. Adam Pearce lets Nick Aldis do the honors and telling him his opponent. And Aldis says Logan's got the Miz. So Logan versus the Miz for next week on SmackDown. And what a huge match that's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, former tag team partners right here. So, yeah, what a match that's going to be.
The Miz, two-time Grand Slam champion. He's done everything in WWE. So if Logan Paul knocks him off, that'd be, how do I put it? Like, good on his part, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
To say he beat a 2-time Grand Slam champion who's done it all in WWE, and to have that on his resume and be United States champion, like, this is great.
It really is. It really is great. So then we have our main event of the night is Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn in an elimination chamber qualifying match. This is after the break. Sami with a tornado DDT out of the corner, only two. To the apron, headed up top. Randy cuts him off. Superplex for two. Running hot, hanging DDT blocked. Zayn back body slam, back body drop. Zayn back body drops him to the floor. Going to that special place, Zayn counters first with a pin. Then with the Blue Thunder driver. So close for the pin, but no. Springboard up and over Randy out of nowhere with an RKO. Randy Orton wins by pinfall with an RKO, qualifying for the Elimination Chamber matchup. And so, yeah, Randy Orton does qualify for the Elimination Chamber. And so, could we be seeing him get what would this be his 15th or 16th championship?
It would be his 16th.
Yeah. So could he possibly
15th.
tie with
15th or 16th?
Cena?
15th, I think.
Yeah. I somewhere my statistics, I guess, not statistics.
But you got to look at that match.
true.
Randy Orton's back did get a little beat up.
Yeah.
After having that spinal fusion and stuff. I mean, he's 100% cleared to wrestle, obviously. But you got to look at the match and the points where he was holding his back, and even after the match was done. So.
For sure. And so then post match, we had Drew McIntyre comes out and he gets in the ring, and him and Orton have a face to face basically to close off SmackDown. And so that's how SmackDown closes out for this week. So yeah, what a SmackDown that was. A huge SmackDown. So with that being said, let's throw it over to Raw.
So in Raw's portion, we had the kickoff of, Jey Uso tag teaming with the New Day versus Imperium. The 6-man tag team match had quality in the ring and action throughout. Imperium was controlling and isolating Kofi throughout. However, a hot tag by Uso, the former WWE champion, sparked a comeback to feature the first in-ring altercation between main event and the ring general. Uso got the better of Gunther Monday, taking him out of the match and delivering a top rope splash on Da Vinci to secure the win. So, overall, an amazing match. We just lost Ryan, so let me pause this recording. Well, welcome back, Ryan, after your technical difficulties.
Yeah, after my technical difficulties. Yeah.
Here we are, the match 2 of the night. We got Bobby Lashley versus Big Bronson Reed for the men's elimination chamber qualifier match. It was a good match. Battle of the big men, I should say. It kind of went back and forth. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely did go back and forth. And let me just mention that this past week's Raw was in Lexington, Kentucky. So how cool! Raw in Lexington. It sucks that we weren't there, but there'll be other times.
Oh yeah, maybe SmackDown in June.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
But you had the Almighty overcome the force of nature in Bronson Reed and put him down with the spear to secure the win. So Bobby Lashley is now in the Elimination Chamber, which is great, as we just talked about that. We're covering SmackDown about Bobby Lashley. So what do you guys want to talk about? You hint where I'm going with this next segment?
Oh, yes, I definitely do.
We had Cody Rhodes come out, and he may be challenging Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at WrestleMania 40. But he may not have to go alone against the Tribal Chief and the People's Champ. Seth Rollins came out and interrupted his address of the universe, pledging his alliance with Rhodes to fight the greatest. Fighting the greatest either of them have known in their time with the company. He said, "What exists on the other side is very dark." Rollins told him that basically that he is the reason behind the man Roman Reigns is today, but he's not behind the demon that Roman Reigns is. The Visionary said that he would be Cody's shield.
Yeah.
If he needed him, and he told Cody to think about it. So, what do you think? Do you think we could see in this match? I know Seth's going to be having a match at Mania, but could we see Seth get involved if The Rock and everybody else does?
Oh, I think without a doubt, I see without a doubt that's gonna be the case, and I like that he said he would be his shield. That play on words right there, I loved it.
Yes, that brings back old memories, man. You gotta love the Shield.
Yeah, and then I have to ask, what are we supposed to do with the Nuggets?
I don't want to go there. So we're on to another women's elimination qualifier match as we got Liv Morgan versus Zoe Stark. Two phenomenal talents. Stark dominated most of the match, but it is so great seeing Liv back in the ring, dude, after her absence.
Yeah.
It was pretty much a back-to-back, head-to-head, pretty good fight. I enjoyed the match a lot. I don't really like Zoe Stark that much, but she's phenomenal talent. Go ahead.
I like her and Shayna Baszler as a tag team. I liked her and Shayna Baszler as a tag team.
I see Zoe being a women's world champion in the future for sure.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt.
But Bayley will be joining Bianca Belair and the man Becky Lynch in the Elimination Chamber. Overall, what did you think of the match?
I loved it. The match was really good. I love seeing Liv Morgan. She's on this what she calls her revenge tour. I loved it. I loved every bit of it. A great match right there.
I agree. Then we had R-Truth versus JD McDonough or Lord Farquaad, whatever you want to call him.
Lord Farquaad.
With the threat of a beatdown in the hands of the Judgment Day, Linger and R-Truth squared off against JD McDonough anyways in singles competition. Despite the controlling the majority of the match, JD McDonough put away R-Truth with a new finisher called the Devil Inside. It's a pretty cool finisher.
Yeah, it looked devastating.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it personally.
Oh no,
I'd rather take a chop from Gunther than take that.
Right.
Or Cash Flow, if you know who Cash Flow is. If not, you're sleeping.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
And then you get the post-match beatdown with the Judgment Day beating up R-Truth, of course, and none other than DIY come out and help R-Truth. Can you agree with me that it's amazing seeing DIY on the main roster?
Yes. But I do have to say, I thought it was funny that R-Truth in that backstage segment mentioned how DX.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
DIY and DX.
That was just hilarious. Then we go on to the Becky Lynch promo. She insisted she would win the Women's Elimination Chamber match and go on to WrestleMania 40 to challenge Rhea Ripley. I could very well see that happening.
Yes, I think that's going to be our WrestleMania match. Yeah,
and it's probably going to be one of those matches we talked about where it steals the show.
Yeah,
there's going to be
a lot of those this year.
That's what I was going to say. There's going to be a lot of show stealers this year.
Yes.
I think with it being the biggest WrestleMania and Triple H just has full control,
Mm-hmm.
it's just gonna be a banger. Like,
It legit is.
She said, except if Rhea has to face Nia Jax at the upcoming Elimination Chamber. So Becky said she would fight Rhea if she could get past Nia Jax.
Mm-hmm.
Did Nia? I don't remember. Did Nia come out on this?
She did come out. Yes, she came out and ran. Ran. Not Becky, but she ran Rhea and Becky. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I just didn't want to get it mixed up with anything, but I figured she did come out because why not? They're trying to make her a dominating heel, which is great. She deserves it. I mean, she got a lot of hate because she broke Becky Lynch's nose.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, there for a point, Nia Jax was really rough.
She was. And I think it took, kind of took going away or being let go for her to kind of realize,
Yeah. And then we have another men's elimination qualifier with Ivar versus L.A. Knight. Yeah. The Ivar showed out. He had countless times during the singles run that he could prove that he can hang with legitimate main event caliber opponents like L.A. Knight. He failed to do his little doom salt off the top rope, which a man that big, that's impressive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I want to learn to do that.
Same.
I would love to learn to do that.
Well, I don't want to say I want to learn to do that because I don't.
But we didn't see AJ Styles get involved in this match much, or at all. And then of course, LA Knight hit him with the blunt force trauma for the win. So LA Knight is another one in the men's elimination chamber, which is great. Love seeing him on TV, promos, no matter what it is.
And I love the push that he's getting right here. And I hope that. I mean, come on. I think we all know who's going to win the elimination chamber. I think hands down it's going to be Drew. But I do want to say, I hope that after this, that LA Knight and even guys like Randy Orton, that they don't get. Let me say this: they're not going to get lost in the shuffle. But I hope they don't just get thrown to the side or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. We have, I guess this was the main event, Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yes.
What a match.
I agree. Two guys that can just go technical wrestling and everything. Yeah.
Shinsuke, the way they're building Shinsuke again, I'm all in. All in for it. But I don't know if you agree with me. I do see a Sami Zayn heel turn down the road.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of in a way.
I could see it in a way, yeah. I can see where you're seeing that, like where they're telling the story of he's had all these obstacles to overcome, and he's not overcoming it. And so, yeah, I could see that.
With this match, though, you had Drew McIntyre have his appearance into the match, which cost it Sami Zayn the match against Shinsuke.
Yeah.
What do you think of Shinsuke using the mist?
About him using this?
Are you a fan that he uses mist, or?
I mean, I like it. Sometimes it can be too much if you're using it all the time. If you're gonna do something like mist, do it for a reason, do it for purpose, and not just just do it for purpose, not just because he's the guy that does the mist. Like, okay, Tajiri was the guy that did the mist,
Yes.
Tajiri back in the day, he did the mist pretty much all the time. but that can get kind of stale sometimes.
And Oscar's doing the same thing.
Yeah, and Asuka's doing the same thing. But yeah, I think it should be, for special matches or special times. Don't pull it out all the time.
Right. What is your overall rating of Raw this week? I think it was a pretty good Raw.
It was a solid Raw. I give about an 8 out of 10.
I give about an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
So
exactly. Yeah. And with that, we're gonna move over to OVW. OVW Rise. As I love to say. I love that name. So yeah, I love OVW Rise. We kick off our number 1 of OVW Rise with a one-on-one action as ZDP of the Fallen takes on the star of the show, Star Rider. Towards the end of the match, Star Rider, with a number of clotheslines on ZDP, he hits him with a sling blade. Star Rider goes for a shotgun drop kick and nails it. He places ZDP on the top rope, potentially going for the Star Destroyer, but ZDP stops him, dropping him back down to the mat. ZDP goes for the splash from the top rope onto Star Rider, but misses. Star Rider with the Star Destroyer for the win. So Star Rider picks up the win in our opening match here on OVW Rise. So what a
great match.
Great match, yeah.
I love Star Rider, dude.
I do too, and I love ZDP too. I don't like that the Fallen is only 2 men now. I love to see them revamp that. As I'm not sure if you know this or not, but Ronnie Roberts is not with OVW anymore.
Oh, how come?
Yeah, I don't know the reason or anything, but I just know he's not with OVW. I know they left on good terms.
That's always good though.
Yeah. Backstage, Will Austin is being seen by the doctor, who tells him with his leg in the condition it is in, he doesn't need to be flying and needs to take it easy out there. To which Austin says he is the king of flight. He is the face of the Rush division. And the doctor tells him he will not be flying anytime soon, but he will tape up his leg. So this leads us to a 6-man tag match between the Golden Lions and the new Rush Division champion, Holta Peso, Manny Domingo. Holta Peso against they're taking on the King of Flight, Will Austin, and the current OVW tag team champions, Adam Revolver and Joe Mack, the Overman.
Boo.
I love the Overman. I really do.
Joe Mack's phenomenal.
Joe Mack is phenomenal. I don't really like Adam Revolver, but Joe Mack is phenomenal. Yes, I completely
now,
agree.
Not to get off subject or anything, not to interrupt you, but
yeah,
I did like Adam Revolver. And if you're an old school fan of OVW, is when you had Man Beast,
yes,
Adam Revolver, and the little guy,
Tommy.
Yeah, that was, I don't know, that was great for Adam Revolver.
How can you forget Nine Fingers Dewey?
Oh yeah.
The mobile homers, yeah, they were awesome.
Yeah, that's what it is. I couldn't think of the name.
The barbecue video.
Yeah,
remember that? But sidetrack. But no, we're good. So the referee has lost control towards the end of the match, with the Golden Lions and the Overman brawling on the outside, leaving Holta Peso in the ring with Will Austin. Peso goes for what looks to be a stunner of some sort. He was going for Austin to roll him up for the win, pinning the Rush Division champion. And so Will Austin pins the new Rush Division champion. Could this possibly put him in line for a upcoming Rush Division championship match?
Yeah.
I think so too. And I think That will be sooner rather than later.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
love to see Will Austin as the Rust Division champion.
Yes, that would be great for his career. He is the future, after all.
He is the future. Yes,
At first, I
exactly.
didn't like him, but he's grown on me a lot after watching his in-ring performances.
Same here. Same here.
That dude is great.
Yeah, I agree. And then next, and before we get into this match, this next person I want to talk about, Sophia Rose. I don't know if you've seen the video
Mm-hmm.
of her. Yeah. This is really a heart touching thing here. You know, she had a stroke a couple years back. Doctors told her, she wasn't going to live very longer or something like that. And she basically defied all the odds. They told her that she wouldn't walk again, basically talk again, stuff like that. She had to take. I'm guessing, based on her speech, that she had to take, speech lessons or something to help with her speech and stuff. But just the amazing recovery that she's had from this after this stroke, and then to see her go and chase a dream after she was inspired by wrestlers. And they showed the video of her story before the match, and it's on social media. If you go and look at it, it's on OVW's Facebook page. Go check it out, fans. If you're listening or watching, go check it out, and you'll be touched by this young lady's story here, and just to see her be inspired by these wrestlers on TV and be inspired by, wrestling and wrestling literally, like she says, changed her life and gave her life back. It literally gave her life. And so that's really cool to see that she's now chasing her dream or chasing a dream that has been something that has become her dream. And she was like, I can do this. I can do this. So it's a tag team match, women's action, Lady Bird and Sophia Rose. This is who I'm talking about. Versus the Island Girl TT and Riley Matthews. Lady Bird with a neckbreaker DDT on Riley. On Riley Matthews goes for the cover, but Riley kicks out at 2. Lady Bird gets Riley over to her corner and tags Sophia. They throw Riley into the corner and then hit a double bulldog on Riley. Lady Bird repositions Riley as Sophia goes up for the moonsault off the top rope and hits it on Riley for the win. And so Lady Bird and Sophia Rose pick up the win here. What did you think about that match?
Loved it. Like you said, her story is like that's a great story. The match was great. They already got matching gear.
Yeah. I know we've been doing a lot of predictions lately, but how's this for a prediction?
Let me hear it.
And they talked about on commentary about how the OVW women's tag team division has been growing, and just it's been growing and it's stacked right now. What about OVW women's or Femme Fatale tag team championships?
We won titles.
Yes, I think we do.
I think that would be a huge step for OVW.
That would be really cool to see women's tag titles in OVW. Al Snow, you should make that happen.
Absolutely.
You should definitely make that happen. Or Matt Jones, Ed, make that happen.
Anybody at OVW, make it happen. We love you guys.
That would be really cool to see. OVW with women's tag team championships. But yeah, that was a great match right there. And I love their matching gear. Their matching gear is awesome. They kind of remind me of the Funkadactyls, but just better.
You're right.
Better as in because Naomi's killing it.
Oh yeah.
Better as in like when they first started the Funkadactyls, they weren't, you know, they weren't as good as this. Let's just say it like that. They weren't as good as this. And so this is just, yeah, I loved Lady Bird and Sophia Rose, their tag team. Then we have Ryan Von Rocket with the Von Rockettes versus Maximo Suave. Suave with a chin lock on Von Rocket. Von Rocket gets out of it and hits an atomic drop on Suave off the ropes for a power slide. In the end, Von Rocket hits the Rock Awakening on Suave for the win. So Von Rocket picks up the win here. But hold up, wait a minute. We got issues still. Carson Drake comes out. Carson Drake comes out, and what do you know? He's found himself a new lady.
Damn groupies.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely groupies. He's found himself a lady, a partner who is very familiar with Ryan Von Rocket. He's went out and found him a Guitari or Ari Alexander. Yeah, that's right. He called her his boo thing. And so, yeah, or his boo bear. Yeah, that's what he called her.
That's his boo bear.
His boo bear. And so, yeah, Ari Alexander is with Carson Drake. Alrighty then. That's all I got to say. Alrighty then. Oh, that's a huge, thing right there. Like, and you even saw Ari was like, "Well, you want me back?" Like,
and she was mouthing, "You know who I am."
Yeah, it's gonna be like interesting to see. Is she really his boo bear? Is this just she's being paid by Carson Drake? Very interesting. Could be. Then we have Tony Gunn. This is the main event of hour 1 rather. We have Tony Gunn versus Lucius Lawrence. Omar Amir comes to the ring with Lawrence on a crutch, mocking TW3. Gunn looking for the kill shot on Lawrence has his leg grabbed by Omar. Tony slides out of the ring to go out after him, backing him up with the crutch. Omar came to the ring with Lawrence tries to cheap shot Gunn on the outside. Back in the ring, Gunn goes up top, but Omar pulls his leg down. Lawrence with the springboard super booty as Steven Johnson said, Dancing Stevie J, whatever his name is, says on commentary, with the springboard super booty, knocking Gunn to the floor. Towards the end of the match, Gunn looks to go for the kill shot again, only for Omar to get in the ring and lock him in the full Nelson, or attempt to lock him in the full Nelson. But TW3 and Donovan Cecil come out and get Omar with the crutch, running both Lawrence and Omar out, and this match has been thrown out. So it looks like things aren't done with Omar Amir and Lucius Lawrence, and then TW3 and Donovan Cecil. Beaches and Cream ain't done.
With Mammoth at the Disco.
Yeah, with Mammoth at the Disco.
That's a great tag team name, dude.
They ain't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn that tag team name because I got it.
That's a great tag team name that you think about it.
I do love it. I love it.
Donovan Cecil's amazing.
He's literally a beast and a mammoth.
Don't forget, like I said, the last episode, he is the Kentucky Strongest Man.
Yes, yeah.
2023. Sure. I know it's 2024, but
all right. And then after the match, Real One appears on the screen saying there is no chance in hell he will be at the arena tonight and isn't coming back until Phony Gun leaves and Auntie shows up. Whoever Anthony is.
Phony Gun.
Yeah, he calls him Phony Gun.
Oh, man.
And I love that.
I do too. I love Enzo, or real one, whatever you want to call him. He's still
Yeah.
Enzo to me.
Oh, he'll always be Enzo to me too. Yeah. Then we have for our so that's how we closed out hour one. And hour two, we have the first match of hour two is OVW Heavyweight Champion, the veteran Jack Vaughn versus a Big Beef. And Vaughn picks up the win, catching Beef out of the air with the Kaju lariat. And so yeah, that was a hard hitting match actually too.
Yes. Love Jack Vaughn.
I do too, and I love the. I love his TikToks. Let me just say, I love his TikToks.
Yep.
Jack Vaughn, if you're listening, love your TikToks. Jack Vaughn is a great OVW heavyweight champion, and definitely, I love his in-ring style, the old school wrestling that he does and everything. I love it. Love everything
Pulls it
about
off
it.
very well.
Yeah, I love how he's meticulous as well in the ring. Very and methodical. He's meticulous and methodical in the ring. Yeah, love it. And then we have a celebration of sorts we have a new. If you watch Tough Love or if you were at Tough Love, we have a new OVW Women's Champion, and she's now going to tell you about this. She's a 4-time OVW Women's Champion.
4-time.
Yeah, 4 times. She's going to remind you of it herself. If you don't know it, she will remind you of it, as she did, and you'll find out in a minute. So Layla Gray is your new OVW Women's Champion, and she comes out for a celebration. Her and the Bad Girls Club, and they throw her a celebration. And as we are about to get the champagne popping, Tiffany Nieves returns from suspension. And there seems to be some tension in the Bad Girls Club, or at least between Layla and Tiffany, because they had kind of not heated words, but they kind of had words of like, oh, I was champion, but no, I'm 4-time champion. And yeah, I think there's definitely going to be some tension there between Tiffany and Layla. But then we saw Freya the Slayer and Hollywood Haley J interrupt the celebration. So we don't know if there was going to be anything that happened between them, between Layla and Tiffany. What do you think?
I don't think there is, but the way it seemed that Tiffany might be coming after the women's title.
That's why I think there is. I think there is.
Because if you seen when Layla Gray was talking, Tiffany was behind her making all kinds of faces when she was saying different stuff.
Yes, that's why I think there's definitely tension in the Bad Girls Club. But if not, there's 4 members of the Bad Girls Club. That's something that's going to put the OVW women's locker room on notice. The Bad Girls could possibly be stronger than ever now. But I don't think they're going to be strong for long. Moving on, we have Mick Foley coming out, and he debuts a new championship after bringing Cal Hero to the ring. He debuts a new championship because he says, Cal, you're not going to be the Kentucky heavyweight champion for 5 more minutes or 5 more seconds, rather. Something like that.
5 more seconds.
Yeah, 5 more seconds. And everybody's like, what's he mean by that? And he has a championship with them. He pulls out the new championship is known as the Media Championship. And so that's going to be replacing the Kentucky Heavyweight Championship. And he presents it to Cal Hero. Now this leads to Tony Evans and Jay De Niro coming to the ring. And Tony says he should be the champion. He should be the Kentucky Heavyweight Champion still. Because, I mean, if you're going to switch, he's got a valid point. If you're going to change titles, why should I not be champion still?
Hush.
Exactly, hush. And he did. He hushed Foley.
But he found out what happens when you hush Foley, didn't
He found out what happens when you
he? He
hush
found out
Foley,
real quick.
unfortunately. He found out with a Tony ends up getting a double arm DDT, and he gets to have a meet and greet of his own with being introduced to Mr. Sacco. Last week it was Jay De Niro getting introduced to Mr. Sacco. This week it's Tony's turn.
Can we just touch on how beautiful the new title is?
Yes, I loved it.
I love the design and every detail to it.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful championship.
It really is. And I thought, and I told you this, when I saw it, I said that I thought Foley was talking about bringing the TV title back, or possibly, and everything with that, and maybe a new TV title or something.
That would have been great.
Yeah, it would have been, but I can see why they're calling it the Media Championship,
right?
Because of with today's day and age, it is a day and age where, you have YouTube, you have, streaming and all that kind of stuff. You have all these different platforms, and instead of just TV, so many people are cutting the cable, as they say, or cutting the cord, as they say. And so, yeah, I love that they're calling it the Media Championship, for sure. Then we have the main event of the evening, the main event of hour number 2 to close out OVW Rise for this week. The NWA World Heavyweight Championship is being defended as NWA World Heavyweight Champion EC3 defends against certified Luke Curtis. And in the end, it looks as if Luke is our new NWA World Heavyweight Champion. However, we find out that off a German suplex that Luke's shoulders were down and EC3's shoulders were up. Thus, EC3 retains the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And that match was stellar. Like, that match was so good.
Even if they included the finger poke of doom.
Yeah. It legit was really good.
It was, yes, I agree.
5-star right there, I think. In my book, 5-star.
Yep.
Match of the year candidate too. Whatever you want to say. I say they run that back again, and I think they will at March Mayhem or March Madness.
One of the two.
Yeah, I think they will. So yeah, it's gonna be really, really interesting to see. What if Luke gets another shot, or could he possibly get a shot at the OVW National Heavyweight Championship or National Championship?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing him have it. Luke needs a championship. He
does.
He's worked for it. That's for sure.
He has, and he's so much improved. And I love the, he oozes charisma. He oozes showmanship, and he's a star in the making.
And I'm not just saying that because of who his fiance is either.
That's funny. That is great.
Because his fiance is none other than the new OVW Women's Champion, Layla Gray.
Yes.
Which is an AEW superstar as well.
Yeah, true. True that.
So I'm not just saying he needs a title because of that, but he's worked his ass off for it.
Yeah, he has. He has. Any news topics you want to cover with this week? I know we had I don't know if it's necessarily news, but there was a video with Ashley Massaro's best friend.
Yep.
On Fox News, where she talks about like how everyone basically, and help me if I'm missing anything, that like John Laurinaitis knew about everything that happened over there with Ashley being allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly, because we don't have the facts. Only people that have the facts is going to be whoever was there. or whatever management knew about it. If John Laurinaitis did know about it, and apparently his attorney says that he knew about it, then we need the facts of that saying that from him too. I
Yep.
would say, but yeah, it's just a sad situation for her. Like, could it have led to? I mean, she was far gone out of the WWE when she committed suicide. And I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but I just did. When she, yeah. But
She unexpectedly took her life.
yeah, unexpectedly took her life. Yeah. Thank you for correcting me on that. Excuse my voice here. But yeah, it's such a sad situation. And I don't think that maybe that did play a factor into it, because they questioned her friend. Do you think this played a factor into?
I believe it did.
Yeah,
all that's in the back of her mind. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she had a daughter. She left behind a daughter and everything. I know it's been a couple of years since her passing, but even so, it's still a sad situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad that it's taken her passing to get to the light of the situation. Because apparently, WWE, including Stephanie McMahon, allegedly, including Triple H. Well, I don't know if Triple H, but Vince McMahon, allegedly, they knew about it. And so, like, apparently they had a meeting, a boardroom meeting, allegedly. I'll say allegedly in front of all this, because they told her, allegedly, I'm going to say again, allegedly, they told her that she was not to say anything, pretty much. And so that's where I could see, all this weighs on your mind and is in the back of your mind.
Yep.
It's just really sad, really sad. And then you showed me a piece of news that we had Tommy Dreamer is now the TNA head of creative.
Yep.
With the departure of Scott D'Amore.
That still triggers me to this day that they let Scott D'Amore go.
That's crazy, and we'll look more into that, and if we can have more information on you for that next week, we'll try to get that as well, and look more into that with Tommy Dreamer being head of creative. So we'll look more into that next week and let y'all know. But yeah, that's really it. I'm still floored about Scott, and I am still keeping it. Hashtag Scott D'Amore. Hashtag we want Scott.
Yep.
But Tommy Dreamer as creative, yeah, that's good. A good push, or
a very good move.
Good move, yeah. Very good.
Somebody has got many, many years in the business on both sides.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great move right there.
100%. 100%. Well, I think that's all the news topics that we have for this episode. And so before we get into our plugs, let's go ahead and drop some or share some news right here of our own.
Oh, so it's that time of the show.
It is.
It's that time you guys have been waiting for. Not only do we have t-shirts, official podcast t-shirts. When you buy these t-shirts on the when you buy these t-shirts, it will not have your name on it. We have it because we're the host and co-host.
Yes.
So our names is on it. We got the logo and stuff on the back. You might want to show them because my shirt's black, so it's gonna.
I'm not in a good area to be able to do that.
But if you guys want to see them, you can officially, and I mean officially, go to our website in the description below. I have finally officially finished our website today.
I don't know. Can we share that on the screen, or do we have a way of doing that? I don't know if we do or
Let's just
not, but if
find
we
out,
do,
bro.
let's pull that up and see if we can do that. Bear with us if you're watching. This is really a big thing here for the final count. We officially have officially. It's not a dream. It's not anything else. We officially have a website.
Let me see if I can.
If we cannot, that's gonna be fine. I would have loved to show it on the. It looks like we can.
Let's go here.
And so you can walk us through here.
Hang on. Let me get to it. I just had it in here. Sorry about that, guys. Let me get this right back in here.
This is a big moment, literally, guys. Big moment.
Yes, very, very big moment. Oh, man. 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second here. I really don't want to share this. Hold on. Let me stop sharing for a moment.
Yeah, stop sharing what you don't want to share.
Yeah, let me stop sharing for a moment, guys. Sorry about the confusion here.
Only share what we want to share.
Yeah, absolutely.
People are gonna be like, "Oh, y'all talking and stopping and talking and stopping." This is a big deal right here, guys. This is a big deal, and so yeah, very big deal right here. We have, like we said, we officially have an official website. So yeah, bear with us. We're hoping to show you the site and everything, and it's gonna
why
be.
is there two of me? Boom, got it.
We got it.
Okay, so it's probably echoing. Sorry about it, but here we go.
All right, here we go. This is the site.
Can you guys see the site?
There you see we have merch up there.
Yes, we do have the merch up there. This is what the back of the shirt looks like right here. We also have car decals. These are bigger ones, but they come in all sizes. If you hit shop now, it kind of got an explanation in the corner. But yeah, and then you can go down here and you can check out the alumni section.
Yes.
There will be way more added to this. Just phenomenal names. Just scroll through a few.
Yes, and they have your about me, about us, so that's gonna be cool. Just a really cool big step here for the final count. Very, very cool.
And also on there, you got you can check out the latest episode.
Yes. Of not only of the weekly podcast, but of the as well. You can also check out the episodes of the Spotlight. You can check out the Spotlight as well as the weekly episodes like you're watching now. So yeah, what a really cool thing here. And as you see, Bryan has the decal in the back there in his background.
Yeah, there's one of them. But yeah, you guys, like I said, it'll be in the description. You got the About Me sections for both of us. You got the latest episode up there. You got the latest Spotlight episode up there, which Ryan does those. You can get your T-shirts. You can get your car decals. More merch coming soon as far as hats, koozies, smaller decals, bracelets.
We even got things in the works as far as like breast cancer awareness
car
and
keys
stuff.
here.
Oh yeah, we got the car keys.
Keychains that is like little T-shirts. Those will be coming to the site. Just maybe car coasters and air fresheners. Like, you guys just stay tuned, because 2024, now that the site is up and running, I have worked for 2 days on this. I know that don't seem like a long time, but I even got credit from a former WWE superstar.
Yeah, legit.
That it looked professional. Yes. So, and if you need proof of that, we can give you proof, but you should believe us. But yeah, I told you guys last episode something would be coming, and there you have it.
Yes. Well, 2 things, the shirts, and we got the debut of the shirts, and now the site. And so it's only going up. And we told you all this. It's only going up from here.
Hopefully soon you guys will be able to see us at shows.
Yes.
All you got to do is look for our shirts, and it's us. Take pictures with us, say it's up. We'll do it all.
Even more than just, like, I know I was at OVW a couple weeks back, but if you just see even just one of us, if you see both of us at shows, and we're for sure both going to be at shows together, multiple shows, not just 1 or 2, multiple shows.
So keep your eye out on the vlog channel, because if you want to be in the vlog, you got to be there.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Let's go ahead and throw up let's go ahead and throw up our first sponsorship here, and I'm going to get us some background music going here. So if you want to go ahead and talk about this.
If you guys go to collarandelbowbrand.com, use our promo code TheFinalCountKY to save 10% at checkout. You guys go over there and check out phenomenal apparel and everything. Support the boys. Support us. Once again, if you use the Final Count KY, you save 10% at checkout. That's huge. That's collarandelbowbrand.com.
All right. And then shop at www.shop.com using our personal link in the description of the episode below. So in the description of this episode, you'll see our link, and go ahead and click on that, and you can support us on www.shop.com with that link. You might get a discount, you might not, but either way, you're supporting us either way, and we thank you for all that support in advance.
We thank you guys for everything.
Yeah. And our next sponsor.
And don't forget, before we get to the other sponsorship, that you can check us out, the audio version, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and iTunes. Pretty much every platform we're there, including YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. We are there. And if you guys are not watching the shorts, you're sleeping.
Yes.
Ryan puts in the work and the dedication and breaks these things down for you guys. We just do it all for you guys.
And head over to jcountyapp.com now to get the first ever official The Final Count hoodies. They're $45, and then t-shirts. We do have still t-shirts with jcountyapp.com. They are only $25 as well. But support both of the shirts. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Not at all. You guys got merch from both places now.
Yeah. Lucky you all.
And speaking of hoodies, we will probably have those coming too, and sweatshirts.
Yes.
I want to be kind of different. I want to go branch out and do sweatshirts. So, and everything that we do as far as these shirts and stuff is made in-house right here where I'm at.
Yes. And so
So
it's very
big shout out, big shout out to my wife who handles it.
yes.
Big shout out.
Yes.
So
very, very, very cool. Yes, we definitely appreciate Ashley. Hope she don't mind me saying her name.
no.
So yeah, shout out to Ashley over there. And we want to thank you all, the fans, the listeners. Thank you for all of your support. No matter how you're supporting us, we do this for you. We do this for us, but we do this for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
We love doing this. We love putting these episodes together. We love reviewing the shows and everything. I love doing the spotlights. We love putting the spotlights and interviewing the wrestlers and everything, and sharing their stories and sharing our own stories too, even on here on the main show. And so we really thank you for your support. Thank you for allowing us to do what we do and supporting us and helping us. Don't forget, follow us on YouTube, on all of our social media, but go subscribe to us on YouTube. And Brian, you know the deal with the YouTube. Like, share, all that
So when
good
you
stuff.
follow us on YouTube, go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, tap the bell so you never miss an upload. Like the video, share the video. Instagram, follow us on Instagram. TikTok, follow us on TikTok so we can get the 1,000 followers on TikTok on the Final Count KY so we can go live. I think Ryan is coming over to my house either night 1 or night 2 of WrestleMania. If we hit 1,000 followers by then, we will go live the entire night.
Yeah.
Of the full first night or second night, vice versa.
Right on. Yes. 100%.
For you guys.
Exactly. It's all for you guys, all for the fans. And again, we enjoy it. And so, this is why we do what we do. Because we love this professional wrestling business and we are entertained by it. We love those that do this. And yeah, it's just, we just love this crazy business of wrestling and love talking about it. And
maybe soon I'll be back into it.
Yeah, 100%. For sure. Ain't no maybe about it. You will.
I wasn't going to put that out there yet, but come April, you might see your boy back in the ring training.
Yeah, there we go.
So,
well, for now, I do want to say this is Rymode Mosley.
This is the 502 Ace.
And we will see you down the road.